looking for niggas to battle rap at that point.
Like a lot of times people kind of really don't understand. Like, so when you say, like, I know people say that you got the 5,000 and 0 from Meek, but I know how Rough Riders was giving it up back in the days, because DNY, you know what I'm saying, they used to take kids from the Bronx and have them like pit bulls. So what I was saying on that championship, it was like nobody could ever take away what you was doing before even the freeway battle, because you literally was outside giving it up, and people don't, in their mind, they can't fathom that you was battling multiple people, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what happened back in the days, you know what I'm saying? Like back in the days, this is what niggas was doing all the time, every single time, you know what I mean? So what's, you know, like, could you give your personal experience when it came to that, you know what I'm saying, with DNY and with Swiss, and how that was back in those times? Because I feel like people just kind of disregard that, being we in this era that we in now.
Yeah, well, I came up battle rapping. Like in Philly, before I even got with Rough Riders, that's all I was known, was battle rapping. I was on this radio show in Philly called The Cypher, where I battle rap every day. And then I started running around in the streets to make people know who the person was that was on the radio, because back then there was no social media, so they only heard my voice. They didn't know what I looked like. So that's how I got popular off battle rap, like battling, being competitive. That's how I got famous in the city. And people started coming to the city looking for me and offering me deals off of just battle shit, not really no songs.
Right.
And when I was 17, I signed the Rough Riders. That's when I started focusing on making music. But I was signed to Rough Riders as a production company, but I ain't had no budgets opened up. I ain't have no distribution. So I was fighting for that. And to get my name known with all that competition around, I felt as though I had to do that by battling, being competitive.
Right.
So even though I was signed, I jumped back in my battle rap bag. You know what I'm saying? To let people know that I was viable and I needed the opportunity. Like, I'm a priority, not somebody that you could just put on the back burner and wait for. It's like I'm a priority, and I had to show niggas that by battling. So that's when I started running around city to city, state to state, just battling every day, all day, every day. And that's how I developed my relationship with Swiss. He was down with Rough Riders at the time, and by me being down with Rough Riders and going crazy like that, that's how I developed the relationship with me and wanted me as a solo artist, because I was going so crazy.
Right. So, you know, me being who I am and being like in the Bronx, I heard three specific stories. And I've seen you battle one time, and that was in Rucker Park. So the three stories is this. I heard one story where you battled Uncasa. Do you remember that Uncasa battle?
Yeah, that was in Yonkers though. We did that in Yonkers in Power Hour Studio. It was him and two other dudes. I don't know if they was in a group back then. It seemed like they was though, because they all had the raps, and they was like some. They was on some like MOP type shit, like the way they backing each other up and ad-libbing each other shit, and like real hype and shit.
Right.
I was fucking with them though, but they came up to the studio and we, you know what I mean? We was in a 3-man group too. So they came up as a 3-man group and we had to go at it.
Right.
I don't remember it specifically, but I do remember them coming up as a group and us getting busy. I don't remember exactly all of the details, but I do remember that day. You know what I mean? And that shit used to happen every day though. Like, that's why it's like difficult to remember. It's more easy for people to remember their battles now. It's more spaced out, scheduled. The niggas that you battling got bigger names, or at least a name. Like Uncasa, I know Uncasa now. Like, you know what I'm saying? After, like, now he done put in work, did different shit, niggas know him. But at that time when he was coming in the studio, I ain't know who that nigga was. It's like, niggas talking about they rap, let's get it. Then you get busy, you learn about niggas later. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it was harder to remember them niggas that I was running through back then, because a lot of times they ain't even have a name yet. They was just coming too. So how could you possibly remember them? You know what I
Right.
mean? It's certain industry niggas that's on now that other people remind me that I battled them. Like, see, situations like you brought up,
Right.
niggas that all the time. Yo, I remember when we was in the studio, this studio, when you battled such and such, like a nigga that's out now, like that sold records and all that. And I'm like, yeah, yeah. Remember you was in front of the Apollo when you battled such and such, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Because they
Right.
were them back then, so I probably ain't know. Like, you know what I mean?
Right. 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 And my cousin, he produced my cousin Wayno, he produced Put Your Hands Up for Kiss. And so he told me about Infrared, who was signed to Rough Riders at the time too, but he was signed as a songwriter. I don't know if you ever ran into Infrared, and I know he was.
That's my bro. Inf, my bro. Shout out to Inf.
Yeah. So Inf, like Inf was like a great songwriter. I think I met him maybe one time. This is way back. You know how I go. This is like 2004. But did you and Infrared ever get into any battles back in the days, or you know what I'm saying? Because my thing is like I'm just trying to collect so much information in terms of when niggas was doing the shit off cam. Because I think people try to disregard that because there's no footage. But I feel like this was the time when it was really just about who's the better rapper. Now it's just about who making the most money, who's doing this. But back then it was more so about the respect of who's the better rapper. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nah, man. I don't think me and Inf, we probably ciphered and worked a lot. Like we was around each other a lot. But I don't think me and Inf ever battled. I
Right.
think me and Inf got around. My shit was so, we ain't never battled. Like, you know what I'm saying? We ain't never battled. But they did used to make niggas down with the same team battle each other. Like, you
Right.
know, it's like I did battle niggas that's down with the team. But they still team. I got relationships with them. And niggas know I never lost. So if I tell you that I battled somebody down with the team and they still on doing their thing, then you gonna know I beat them. And
Right.
it's going like, what is the point now? All this time to just tarnish they shit now? I don't want to do that. Like, you know, I definitely used to battle wild niggas that was down with the team.
Right. This is my last question, and I'm gonna let Day, if Day got something to say. But the last rumor that I had heard was that you and Jen went for a long time. That y'all was in a battle, and of course DNY set it up, and it was you versus Jen. Did that ever happen? And I know you will remember because this is the only Asian nigga ever. You know what I'm saying? So like, did you and Jen ever go?
Down with Rough Riders when they was thinking about signing Jim.
Right.
Like he started to do the 106 and Park type of shit. And he started to pop and they was thinking about signing them like, yo, he Chinese. Just imagine just if 1% of the fucking Chinese people support on top of what we done. It was like, yeah, I mean, they thought it'd be a good move. Plus he was rhyming and shit. So I was already down and like really kind of in my position before they got with Jen. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But me and Jen never battled, like battle rap. We was in ciphers and you know what I mean, we was spitting like other like certain times, but we ain't never battled. We did fight though. I remember they hyped them up like the box me. Like that's what we used to do. We used to like clear like the studio, clear out the booth and fight everybody. Like
Right.
you felt as though you was around. We find somebody like your size or willing to fight you, and everybody was boxing. You know what I'm saying? So I already had a couple fights before that, and I was in my session recording my music. And they signed Jen. They trying to push his music and all that shit. And they like, yo, Jen will fight you, Cass. Don't you box? Don't you ain't you nice? Yo, Jen will fight you. And I'm like, what, man? I'm in my session. I'm recording my music. I'm not fighting Jen. And they like, but that Jen like agreeing with me, like, nah, I'm not fighting Cass. Jen like, man, it's whatever. Like, Jen like acting like he ready. And like, I'm scared. So I'm like, man, I'm not fighting Jen, man. Like, I ain't doing that. And like, man, I don't care. I'll fight anybody. So I'm
Right.
like, hey, this nigga must know karate, martial arts, some shit, because this nigga talk tough. And I'm in my session. I'm trying to say I don't want to fight this man, but they trying to hype it up. Why and all them hyping this shit up? So eventually I just got aggravated. I'm like, fuck it. And we put the gloves on. And you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking this nigga was going to know Kung Fu or something. Because the way the nigga was talking so crazy and shit like that. You know, my hands is nice, man. Niggas shouldn't have put the gloves on with me, man. Like, I think I probably threw, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the first punch I threw, I just threw a jab, just lightly. Like, I feinted with one to see how he was going to react, to see if he knew martial arts. And the way he was holding his hands and he moved, I just really threw the jab. Boom! And the shit, like, bloodied his nose and his lip at the same time. It's like, so they had to, like, stop it and water him down. Then they tried to send him back out. But I felt bad then. Then I ain't want to do it. So then I think I just landed a body shot, curled him up, and the fight was over.
Yo, chill, B. Yo. All right, this is the last question, and it's late. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hold you up too long. This is literally the last question.
But nah, that was a long time ago. Jim, my nigga, he on some, you know what I mean? He on some shit I seen Jim Wild Times after that. Like, Jim, my man, but it's not like
it didn't
like some shit that happened. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So my last question is this. Rough Ryders to me at the time was the biggest thing to happen in Yonkers and the Bronx, because that's where I'm from. I'm from the Bronx. So with you being in that environment, did you see any crazy battles during that time that you may have remembered with bigger names that you could kind of add to the lexicon of the culture in terms of history?
Nah, I don't remember nobody battling when I was around. When I was around, it was just always me giving it up. And I don't remember like no big battles with me just standing there watching it.
Right.
Only big battles I remember is me involved. I don't remember like.
But you don't remember your battles though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it was always like that, like me rapping. It never was like me a fan or just sitting there watching until like these battle leagues started. Then I started supporting, going to events and just watching niggas battle. But back in the day when I was on the street, I never remember just watching niggas battle and just like not being a part or like rhyming and being in it. I don't remember.
Right. All right, my G. Well, you know, I know it's late. You know what I'm saying? Mook and Cal, they putting their rounds together in daylight Wi-Fi. I don't know what the hell is going on. So, you know, we wanted to get you on here to kind of just speak your piece on a lot of shit because we was talking about it beforehand. You know what I'm saying?
Niggas hit me like, yo, jump in the live. What you doing, man? Jump in the live.
Yeah. We had it lit. We had like 700-800 people in here. So we was like, yo, let's get Cass in here to see what's up. You know, I had to text you and shit. You know, I don't be texting you about no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, niggas wanted to just hear your side on a lot of shit. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah, but, you know, I'm going to be there on Max Out. You know what I'm saying?
April 3rd on down, man. We doing a face-off tomorrow. Having a face-off after party in the A. Believe it's going to be a movie. It's a video premiere, too. I'm premiering a couple of my new videos tomorrow. So we working, man. I'm excited. April 3rd is going down. Whether you doubted me or whether you got faith in me, you definitely got to tune in. April 3rd, you can't miss it. On top of me and Hitman, there's going to be a lot of other dope battles on the card. Y'all just got to see my improvement. Y'all got to see the adjustments I made. Y'all just got to see why I be talking so cocky and why even some of the biggest battle rappers that's not haters agree with me because they know what I'm about to do is about to get crazy, man. Y'all definitely got to tune in.
For sure. I'm going to text ARP. I might pull up tomorrow, you know what I'm saying, see what's going on with the face-off and come to the after party and all that. You know, but we support you, brother. We love you as a pillar in the hip-hop community. Keep up the great work, King. And,
I just got my CBD line, Goat Gang CBD. So, you know what I mean, I'm going to be, it's going to be in stores real soon, and I'm going to be putting up the website. Delivery all around the world whenever you need it. We're gonna debut it too at the battle. I'm gonna have some product for y'all to be able to try it out and let the world know what it's hitting for.
Bet. That's a good look, man. All right, man, you know, keep up the good work, brother. Make sure y'all go pick up your CBD line when it drop. Invest in black businesses, B. That's what it's all about.
And I think my Drink Champs interview dropped tomorrow too, man. Me, Michael Blackston, DJ Drama is on some Philly shit, man. Drink Champs, I think that's coming out tomorrow, so everybody tap in.
Hard, that's hard. All right,
Easy.
stay up, King. Be well.